Dear guests, I am honored and excited to have the opportunity to speak to you today and represent Léman Manhattan Preparatory School's class of 2014. On behalf of my class, I would like to welcome and thank you all for coming to celebrate this day with us. Before you start wondering what my accent is, I would love to save you from the struggle. The strong accent you'll be hearing for the next 10 minutes is my Turkish accent. Anyway, as you all know, after the Oscars this year's tradition is to take selfies with good-looking crowds. So I thought Léman's graduation would be the perfect place to follow the trend. Dear guests, please get ready and let me take Léman Manhattan 2014 commencement selfie. Thank you. You look great. Today, I will tell you about my own story, my experiences, and what I have learned from them. I came from Turkey in the fall of my 11th grade year as an exchange student. My original plan was to stay here for 1 year and then go back to my country. As most of the parents here are about to send their children away to college in the fall, I assume you understand how worried my parents were when I told them I was going to a country which is a 12-hour flight away. The very first thing they asked me was what was going to happen if I broke my leg. Back then, I did not know the logic behind this question, but I guess they thought their youngest daughter wouldn't be able to see a doctor without them. So I explained that there were doctors in America, and I would not wait for them to fly to the US if I broke my leg. They were not relieved, but they still accepted my decision because they knew I wanted to study here, and it was only going to be for 1 year. However, not too far into my first year, I decided that I would graduate from Léman. There were many things that changed my mind about leaving the school after 1 year, but to be honest, I made my decision in our band room while I was playing the clarinet with Miss Noiki, who is one of the most inspirational teachers you can ever have. She encouraged me to play the clarinet, but she also went further than being a music teacher and became a mentor who has had a huge impact on my life. If it wasn't for her, I would not have believed in myself enough to stay here and apply to many selective American colleges. Thank you, Miss Noiki. As a result, my senior year started in New York. I can probably define my senior year pretty quickly. Essays, applications, miscons homework, denials, acceptances, college, great memories, and finally the prom. Oh, something important happened in my senior year. It was the day of prom, and I was ready for our scheduled picture time. But I knew something was missing. I was about to leave my room, and my phone started ringing. It was my mom, and she was calling me at 3 a.m. in Turkey. She was worried that she would not see me in my dress. I finally understood why my parents had asked what would happen if I broke my leg. They weren't expecting me to break my legs. It was their way of explaining their fear of missing the best memories of their 17-year-old daughter. They say, if you fear something enough, you can make it happen. I guess my parents feared enough, since their fear of missing this particular memory is coming true today. If 2 years ago someone told me my mom was going to miss my graduation, I would probably feel depressed and start crying. However, today I feel great, because I'm in front of so many people who made me forget that I have been away from my family for 2 years, such as Miss Manners, He will definitely have prime seating at all best state dinners if I become the Prime Minister of Turkey. Or Miss Ewens, who's my unofficial adoptive mother, but more importantly, the main reason that we all survived during our stressful senior year. And Sonia Becker and Colette Wilson, who worked in the residential program in my first year here and did not hesitate to come to my graduation just to support me as the members of my extended family would. And my dear Mamma Mias, as I call them, or my house parents, who were always there for me as my sisters, mothers, or simply whoever as I needed. Finally, and probably most importantly, my dear friends, who turned me into a completely different person in 2 years. I have learned so much from my friends from all over the country and world. When I first met them, I was shocked to see so many people hugging each other. To me, being physically that close to my friends was invading my privacy. As the days passed and I started becoming a part of this community, I realized people were asking for a hug whenever I felt upset or extremely happy. They were trying to share my feelings. This community cared about every single member, and whenever someone needed a friend for support, there were always people around. If one of us felt upset or stressed, everyone was ready to listen. We relieved each other by complaining about our common problems. If one of us was happy, people always came up with a plan to celebrate it. My friends here were ready to share everything, even their families. They hosted the boarding students at their houses for many nights and acted like our American parents. As a community, we grew up together by sharing experiences. And I believe the strong connections we formed here will last forever. My dear friends, please make sure that you keep making friendships that will grant you a meaningful and complete life. Because now I have come to understand that at the end of the day, nothing will matter, but the good memories you had with the people you care about the most. I personally will always carry with me the precious marks you left on my journey. I'm thankful for all of you and also for Léman for providing me the chance to meet amazing people. I know that we all had some days we did not appreciate this place as much as we should have, but in fact, Léman is an extraordinary place which does not offer a brilliant education, but also makes you a global citizen. This is one of the few places that you will be able to see an international boarding student representing her class in a graduation ceremony. This is definitely the only place that every student will know how to curse at least in 3 languages. After spending years or months here, it's time to say a farewell to Léman. We got into incredible colleges, and most of us will be living away from our parents for the next few years. Dear parents, as an experienced boarder, I ask you not to worry for your children. Your children will not break their legs. But if they do, there will be doctors to take care of them. Yes, you will miss some of their memories, but there are things that they can never learn for themselves under your protection. You can be sure that they will survive and be successful at taking on new responsibilities in life because you taught them how to deal with their problems. Dear fellow students, it was a pleasure for me to get to know you all, and I couldn't have had better companions. As you dive into your new lives, always remember that only you can keep yourself away from your dreams. So have your friends on your side and chase your dreams until they're too tired to keep running away. I know that I'll be hearing your names under great works in the future. I wish you best of luck for your upcoming years. And last but not least, congratulations, class of 2014. We made it.